Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. That's right, I'm actually making another video. And this video, we're going to talk about how to prepare for Q4 in 2022. Now, I know what you're thinking, bro. It's barely July, August, depending when this video gets uploaded. Why are you making it so early? And if there's one thing that I've learned throughout my years of reselling, guys, is that you can never really be too early for Q4 unless it's January. And even then, you can already start planning in January as well. So, but I mean, another thing is that this is gonna be my fourth Q4. So I've been through three of them already, and so I decided to make a video because I know what I'm talking about up to this point. So we're gonna go over some tips, strategies on how to best prepare for Q4, and get you guys thinking of how to start making these preparation so that you're best suited for Q4. All right. Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button for sure, guys. Show the support. And another thing, be sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have any other tips or suggestions that I didn't go over in this video. If you ever been through a Q4 or if you have any other questions, all right? So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So number one, and I got a few different tasks on this notebook actually. So there's no particular order that you really need to follow. So we'll go, we'll just start wherever. But one of the first things that you need to start doing now, especially since we're in the month of July at the timing of this video, is getting your courses, getting with mentors, building up your networks out of the way now, all right? So if you thought about joining a new course, learning a new software even, you want to do that ASAP, get it out the way, because learning something new is going to take time. It'll probably take a month or two just to learn something brand new. And I mean, it depends how fast of a learner you are, right? But you definitely want to get that out of the way. You definitely don't want to waste any of that time learning something new during Q4. Okay, during Q4, all you want to waste your time is buying product, sending it in, and then making your money. All right, you don't have time to make to learn something new during Q4. And if you do, then you're missing out on a lot of money, to be honest with you guys. So go buy that course, go take that course, go make a consultation call with a mentor, like me or anybody else, doesn't matter. Go get all of that out of the way, so that way you have the knowledge you need before Q4. Because yeah, it's just you want to save that time doing buying actual inventory. So that's one of my first major tips right there, is getting all of that out of the way. And I've said this plenty of times on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, if not, check out the link below. But I've said that plenty of times, and I'll keep saying it until Q4 gets here. And trust me when I say, a lot of you are going to regret not doing this, all right? So courses and stuff, get it out the way. Now, number two, and this is something that you might want to do, start, as you get closer to Q4. So around August, September, especially September for sure, if you haven't done it in August, is you want to stock up on your supplies that you're going to need, okay? uh, you know, uh, boxes that you may need for product. What do you call it? Tape guns, FBA boxes. Remember, guys, because if you're out there buying these supplies from Walmart, Home Depot, it's not just us Amazon sellers that are buying these supplies. Okay, there's also people who, for the holidays, are gonna need them, which means they're gonna be buying up these things as well, leaving you with barely any if you're looking to find any supplies. All right, so get your tape out of the way, pans, FNSQ labels, poly bags, all those supplies, get them out the way during these next 2 months, and stock up pretty good, because during Q4 you'll be surprised at how much of these supplies you'll really go through. If you're thinking of buying one case of tape, maybe buy three. Like, seriously, buy three, because you never know. FBM products. If you're planning on doing some FBM shipments this year, get your free USPS boxes. From USPS. Order hundreds of them if you're gonna need hundreds of them. Get it out the way, because as you get closer to the holidays, it's gonna take longer for USPS to get those boxes shipped to you, and so you're gonna be screwed if you don't get them, right? So, but yeah, so get your supplies out of the way. Get whatever you're gonna need. If you think you need 5 of something, get 20. Like, seriously. Like me personally, I'm gonna buy a crap load of pallets around these next 2 months, stuff them in the garage, and just be ready to go. You don't want to waste any time, especially with supplies. You want to be running from store to store looking for these supplies and just hoping that you even find them. All right, so get your supplies. Go to Walmart, go to a box manufacturer to get some of these supplies. Doesn't matter. Just be sure during these next 2 months that you stock up fairly well for Q4. Now, next thing, guys, you know, this one's actually really a good one that I want to go over real quick. So that's Bolo's Discord groups. During around September, October, you'll have all these influencers who are gonna bombard you with ads and stuff, talking about their famous Bolo groups, Discord groups, Facebook groups, all that stuff. And I've been in a few when I've when I was coming up for sure. And one thing I could say is that honestly, a lot of these groups are fails. Like honestly, like 99% of them are really fails. So be careful who you choose to buy some of these groups from, what Discord groups you want to get in, because I mean, look, think about it. Especially with Bolo groups, there'll be people who will post this, look for that, but you also want to think, you know, because if you're taking the time to look for one certain bolo and you don't find it, well, you just wasted a bunch of time looking for something that wasn't even there for you, that wasn't available. Okay, and that brings me to another topic, which comes down to sourcing. You want to get your sourcing out of the way too. You want to make sure you find as much products as you can before you get into Q4. That way you don't waste any time looking for newer products during Q4. Now, which is weird because during Q4 there will be newer products for the holidays because you can only get these certain products during the holidays. So it does make it harder to do that. I mean, I say this now, but even myself, I'll probably look for some new stuff. So, but you want to do probably 20% of that looking for new stuff, but you want to have at least the other 80% ready to go with products that you sourced now instead of waiting until then. Okay, because like I said, those bolo groups, man, they're okay on the front end. They sound nice. They sound, you'll see these posts. Oh, I found this for $50 profit, $100 profit. But you also got to think about how much time you're gonna be wasting looking for that and stuff. And most of the time, it's just not worth it. I highly suggest looking more for replens if you can. But that's personal preference. Some people don't mind looking for those bolos. So yeah, it just comes down to personal preference after that. Which brings me to another topic now, actually talking about sourcing and bolo groups, and that's categories. And during Q4, we know the biggest category that a lot of new sellers would love to get into is the toy category. And because it's Christmas and whatnot, right? It makes sense. Toys is the biggest purchase probably during Q4. Now, one thing I can say from experience is that yes, it definitely does sell a lot, but that also risks more people getting into that category with more competition, less profits. I mean, I did okay with toys last year, but even talking with other big sellers out there, in Discord groups and whatnot, we all agree that we were better off just sticking to our replens, doubling down on those, trying other categories, because toys did not do so good for a lot of us last year. Now, again, that's just from our personal experience. Could be different for someone else. So, but so no, don't be afraid to try other categories because everything sells during Q4. Okay, not just toys, and that's what a lot of people don't get is that during Q4 the volume, the velocity picks up. Okay, so maybe you sold 50 of I don't know, a box of cookies normally out of the holidays. Guess what? It's gonna sell probably 150 times during Q4 each month. So that's why if you can find those products that you're already selling now, all you have to do is really double, triple the volume during Q4, and you'll still come out on top. Okay, so there's really nothing much different you have to do other than just keep sourcing more products. All right, so definitely get your sourcing out of the way. Think twice about those bolo groups, all right, those Discord groups, because at the end of the day, the only ones who are making the real money is the people hosting those groups. All right, and I don't want you guys to get burned and feel like you got ripped off joining some of these groups, which is why I'm not even gonna suggest any of them to you guys. All right, because actually, watch out for you guys. Now, another tip that I'm going to recommend is outsourcing slash hiring, and not even just in your Amazon FBA business, which also brings another point. If you're going to hire someone for the holidays, make sure you get that training out of the way in September, August, so that way they're fully ready to go and you're not last minute training, all right? But also, outsourcing, guys, don't just outsource parts of your business. You might want to start outsourcing stuff during the holidays, personally stuff. You know, Maybe you want to hire someone to cook for you. Maybe you want to hire someone to clean up the house, do laundry, stuff like that. Stuff that's going to take time out of your business to make money when you could be paying someone, I don't know, $15 an hour to do it instead. Because during Q4, you're gonna be able to make more than 15 bucks an hour to make up for that paid time. So you know, look into outsourcing a lot of stuff. I know a lot of sellers during around the holidays they'll outsource almost everything they possibly can to someone else so that they can focus on the business. So, that's something you might want to consider, especially if you're in the higher seller months type of thing. Maybe you're making 20K a month or more. You could probably definitely look into it for sure. Now, as for a new beginner and stuff, then maybe that might not be the best case, because you're still learning. So just do what you got to do. So, but yeah, for everybody else, I would definitely look into hiring, outsourcing as much as you can, so you can just focus on the business, because this is the busiest time and the craziest time of the year, and you want to maximize as much profit as you possibly can, guys. All right, trust me. During the rest of the year, there's not another time like this where you're gonna make this much money. Like it's insane. So let's see. So let's say we went through everything. Yeah. Actually, last one. Capital. You want to meet. You want to make sure you have as much capital as you can during Q4. And that's why I keep telling you guys, if you can flip something now instead of waiting a month for something to sell, do it, okay? Because you're gonna be able to build up that capital more and more. It's gonna grow, and you'll have more money during Q4 to put into more profitable products. All right. So make sure you have as much capital as you possibly can. Now, of course, there's also other suggestions like credit cards, Amazon loans, and all that stuff, which I'll make a whole separate video just for on that topic alone, because honestly, all these topics I just went over through, we can definitely make separate videos for each and one of them, which I probably might if you guys are interested. So, but yeah, you want to make sure you get your capital right, because trust me, there is not enough money you're gonna be able to spend during Q4 that you're gonna wish that you had so much money. Like it's insane. But yeah, I think looking at my list right now, I think we went through everything. We covered all the topics. Those are my biggest tips for Q4 so far. As we get closer to Q4, I'll probably drop another video on how to actually go straight into Q4. But these are just preparations, recommendations I want you guys to start, looking at before you would get into Q4, just so you know what to look forward to and get a little mindset of what to expect. Okay. Because trust me, Q4 gets really, really crazy, and depending what kind of model, what kind of business you do during Q4, it's gonna be a lot of work. So, but yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Hopefully you guys stayed to the very end. If you didn't, that's perfectly fine. I'm not tripping. But if you did, then I know you're serious about Q4 for sure. So you're definitely gonna be crushing it. But other than that, guys, if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, drop them in the comment section below. I'll drop more videos as we get towards the holidays and just helping you guys out and hopefully crushing Q4. But aside from that, take care, guys. I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, be sure to smash that like button and drop a comment down below. Peace.